Okay, here we go. I don't know what I was gonna say. But it is another Thursday. I'm off tomorrow, and then I'm going to do whatever needs to be done and get some good progress done. I'm off Friday, I'm busy Saturday, off Sunday and Monday. So hopefully Thursday night and Friday night I'll be able to film some significant content. I think the whole Life is Strange thing might be coming to fruition, though I'm someone who is just going to be spreading negative opinions about it, and so we'll see how well received that is. The company will probably be like, you can't use clips from our game if you're just gonna sit here and make fun of it. And I'll be like, fine, I'll make fun of it without clips. But I've started watching through the first episode, and it is about what I expected it to be, which is not much. You start the episode out investigating some abandoned bowling alley. You're going on an adventure with Safi, your new best friend. And then from there, you're in this crappy bar scene where they give you like your first major choices, and then they just immediately retcon whatever choice you make, and then they give you a choice again to do something, and it's like, this is dumb. And it's hard because I'm coming at this project with a negative mindset, so it's very difficult for me to not look at it and be like, this is dumb. But it is dumb. And it's frustrating for me to look at that and to be like, this is the kind of content that we're getting. It's just so safe and boring. And it's not even like safe, it's just boring. And it's frustrating as a creative because I'm like, if I had their budget and their resources and hell, even their timeline, I could still put out something way better than this. And this is what we get. And I hope that the game does not perform well. I hope that it gets tons of bad hype, and they either do something way different or they dump it. It's chapter 1, so I suppose it's still a little early to be giving up all hope, but like, considering they had an entire game that is Life is Strange True Colors that I ultimately did not care for, I kind of think that this is not going to be all that different. They added a text feature in the game, which is probably my favorite feature so far, where you can text other characters from the game and they'll respond to you. And I think that is a cool upgrade from other entries. They have a camera feature in this game that I'm just like, this is the silliest thing. Like, I don't need a camera feature. And it ties into your phone, and that every picture you take gets posted, and then people are like, whoa, I'm gonna comment on it, and it gives you the illusion that you're like part of this world. And the whole texting back thing is the same kind of illusion, but I don't know. I feel like they went out of their way to do the camera and social media elements, but we'll see how many significant game choices there are. And somebody straight up asked them, they're like, are we going to get more than 2 endings in this game? and they didn't answer the question. And so far, their endings have been very lackluster, and the endings in True Colors was really just 1.5 endings. It was one ending where Gabe tells you exactly what happens, and then another ending where you don't really know what happens and they don't really show you. And it's like, okay, well, that was a hot steaming pile. And then what was it? I don't know, Before the Storm, because that was technically Deck 9's first Life is Strange game. I never played that one, so I don't know what their kind of ending choices were like. Obviously, the very first game, Don't Nod's Project, had a not great ending either. Either ending served to eliminate all the choices you had made up to that point. So either you sacrifice Chloe by going all the way back to the very first scene of the game and eliminate everything that happened thereafter, or you sacrifice the Bay and eliminate everything that happened up until that point. And so it was a clever way to do an ending that nullified all of your choices, but in a game where choices are coveted as the pivotal part of the gameplay, it's not a good look for them to be like, oh, well, we're gonna do this or we're gonna do that. It's just like dumb. And we'll see. Like I said, the choices that they've had already have been pretty lackluster. You have the choice to throw a snowball at Staffy, and it'll have a bottle cap in it, and she can maybe do something or maybe not. And they don't give the player the choice to actually throw the snowball at her. They're just like, oh, well, we're just gonna go to a cutscene where you always miss. It's like, really? Like, make it a silly little mini game, and if you miss, you miss, and if you don't, you don't. Like, and it's not even that hard, because if you hit her and she gets the bottle cap, then you can just have it immediately cut into the cutscene where she finds the bottle cap. It's like, you really, all of these methods ultimately only lead to one or two outcomes. She gets the bottle cap or she doesn't. Why do we need to have there not be more ways to go about getting it? And like, again, these kinds of games need to be centered around player choice. They can't be centered around telling a singular or a linear narrative. Like, you can't just make a narrative game heavily based on choices, but it tells a linear narrative. Like, there has got to be major significant differences that your choices can make. Otherwise, there's really no point in even playing the game. You just experience the story. And that's what I'm doing right now with Double Exposure, because I'm quite convinced that it's going to be mostly linear. It's not going to be so different that if I were to play it again on my own, it would be a significantly different playthrough. And the streamer that I'm watching is already doing alternate playthroughs, and I'm just like, but what else is there? Be interesting to figure out the story that I would have, because Chloe would be dead in my story, and so it'd be nice to find a streamer who streamed the Chloe is dead ending and figure out. The only difference is going to be texts. You'll not have text from Chloe because she'll be dead, and maybe you'll have text from Warren instead, which would be awesome because Warren's cool. But I don't know. I'm very bitter about the game right now. If it has a physical release, I'll probably buy it used, just so that I don't give the company money. I don't intend to buy it, but we'll see what happens. If my channel blows up as that guy who hates everything Life is Strange, then maybe I'll buy the game and actually give it a playthrough. But I don't feel as though I'll do that right now. I'm hoping that when Black Ops Zombies comes out, it's interesting enough to keep me occupied that I don't care about. Right now I feel like I'm just desperate to play a game, so I'm willing to buy something that I don't think is that great. But hopefully when something comes out that is worth playing, that I don't have to be so desperate, so to speak. And we'll just see how it all pans out. And hopefully it works out in our favor, and if it doesn't, then I'll deal with that when the time comes. But I'm really just hoping that we can hopefully they turn the game around. Hopefully it's not this awful experience. Like, I'm only an hour and a half into the first chapter, so there could be something good coming along, but right now it just feels like planned Life is Strange, like off-brand Life is Strange, generic brand, Walmart brand Life is Strange. The first game, which I will openly admit is far from perfect, has more character than this one does so far. And I'm so over like the Life is Strange tropes of like, we have this person and they're your best friend and you're just supposed to believe that they're your best friend, and then they die and now you spend your entire game avenging their death. Like, I'm sorry, I can't care about a character with whom I've just met like 5 minutes ago, especially when their characters are like as rough around the edges as like Chloe Price, for example. It's like, I don't think so. And so I don't know, we'll see. I'll probably keep pumping out Life is Strange content, but I honestly don't know that I will ever actually play it. I'm not sure that this will ever blow up and become my channel's mainstay either. It's just kind of where I land. I was gonna reach out to vidIQ and try and get some ideas from them about how to grow this channel, because I feel like it's just dead in the water and I don't know what to do to bring it back. If I can do anything to bring it back, really. It might just be dead. Everybody says that there's these trigger words or phrases that will keep your channel from succeeding on YouTube, and it makes me wonder if I've said one of the trigger words or phrases. Now YouTube's all mad at me and they're like, we're not gonna promote your videos because you said a thing that we don't approve of. Everybody's talking about Substack, or I think that's the name of the app, as like some powerful writing platform, and they're like, you can do subscriptions and all these things on here, and I just don't feel like doing another social media. I'm just over it. Like, I don't know that I've not had great success on any of them. Like, why is Substack going to be any different than the others that I'm on? And I think that's what it comes down to, is just saying the heck with it, moving on to something else. I don't know what that thing will be. I think I need to double down on local fame. I need to poke my marketing guy about, well, and that's what it is. I'm waiting for my book cover design to be done. It has been a while, because I reached out to him at the beginning of the month and he was like, oh, I'll give it to you by the 28th. And I'm like, by the 28th? Christ almighty, guy. Like, that is a long time. And, so, I don't know. We'll see if he actually gets it to me, or if he, kind of fumbles it. Trying to figure out. I have a multitude of thoughts and ideas of what I want to do in this in this book that I'm writing, and trying to figure out how to incorporate these thoughts and ideas into the actual book. And we'll see what happens. I don't know. It's an interesting kind of idea that'll make it kind of stand out from the rest. And hopefully it is good. I need to get working on it, though. I keep saying that I'm going to spend time working on it, and then I just don't ever actually do it. So hopefully today I'll be able to devote some time to it. And if not, then I'll just do it some other day. I think I have 5 of these bars in here. I'm starting to review my work stuff. Hopefully, if I just push out double exposure content, people will find it and like it. Yeah. That means I have at least 2 videos now to make. And that'll be my review of episode 1 and my review of episode 2. I might make a theories video where I theorize what's going down before the next couple episodes come out. That'll be 3 videos then. And I don't really know if I start to reach a point where my videos, where I'm uploading more videos than I have days left in the year, what will I do? I don't think I'll reach that point, because I think I'll know that before, and then I'll just get to only recording videos in the morning. I'll come home to music because my thoughts will be less organized at that point. My drive home videos have historically been pretty dull, and so I'm not gonna be doing 2 videos a day next year. The hope is that I'll have enough videos saved up that I'll be able to just do a video a week. And they'll be a little bit better edited. I shouldn't say a little bit. They're significantly better edited. When you go from 0% editing to even 1% editing, that's a significant increase. But I've put together like fully edited projects. I think the biggest one for me is the first one that I recorded, honestly. I need to find and tell stories more often than not, because I have a lot of instances where I'm not telling stories and I'm just saying things, and I don't think they're as strong a video. But then again, even the second story that I told was not awesome. I also need to work on my 30 video. I think I might work on that this weekend. Get the script for that panned out and worked out. And then see what will come of it from there, make it a feature film, and see if anybody gives a darn tootin' about it. And hopefully they do. And if they don't, then I know I'm gonna be like, this guy doesn't follow directions. That's because I want to pull forward. Alright, well, that's the end of that. I appreciate your time, and I'll see you next time.